and welcome to episode 4 of the Knit Sibs. This is a podcast by 3 yarn obsessed sisters. My name is Julianne.
I'm Valerie. And I'm Gloria.
And we're going to start off first by saying congratulations to our giveaway winner. My dog is barking already. This might be a rough one. My dog is barking. It's going to be a day.
And Trixie's barking.
And now Trixie's barking. All right, so congrats to our giveaway winner. Our giveaway winner was Ivana's Crochet Corner on Instagram. So thank you to everyone who entered. So let's start with our first segment, Off the Needles. Val, I see you have nothing.
Nothing. I didn't finish any knitting. Pass.
Glory.
I have a couple finished objects. So first is Val wearing her Marsan. It is finished. Nice. Buttons are sewed on. Show the buttons. Show the buttons. And blood was shed while sewing the buttons on. So yes, you're welcome.
So this is Val's birthday gift, right?
Yes, that was Val's birthday gift. The second finished object that I have, I talked about last week, and we have a special guest with us today to show my second finished object.
You want me to turn the camera? Or you want to stand up?
You can turn the camera.
She's gonna come too.
This is Crochet Mama.
Crochet Mama.
Hi.
In her juniper cowl. Show the cowl.
This cowl is beautiful.
It looks very beautiful.
Many colors. It'll go with lots of different outfits. I'm thrilled with it. It keeps my neck nice and warm. And it's nice and soft and cozy.
Yeah.
And Gloria did a beautiful job. Thank you, Gloria.
You're welcome. So those are my finished objects this week. So the cowl is knit in Koigu with the Koigu pencil box. I believe it is Deep Sea was the colors. So.
Okay. Very nice. I have a couple finished objects. My first one is a pair of socks. So I don't know, can you see those well?
Yeah.
These are vanilla socks with a Fish Lips Kiss Heel. And this was made from Lola Bean Yarn Co.
Oh, okay.
This was her Witch's Stew sock blank. And actually I cut some bits out of it because I wanted to get all the colors in there. There was supposed to be like a big black section in here, but I really wanted to get to this purple. So I cut all the black out, and I wish that I had cut this out. And then when I would have had orange and green on this side, and then I could have had the black and purple on the second sock. But
we have the model for your next finished object entering the room right now.
All right. My other finished object is Exeter hat that I made for my dad for his birthday.
There are a lot of November birthdays in the family.
Yes, a lot. And that is from is from Handspun that I spun up from Mad Color, I believe it was.
So you have to see it.
Mom wants you to give it a review.
Give it a review. It's very warm because it's cold out here. It fits well. It's nice. It's good. I like it.
Good.
You've been wearing it a lot. Yes.
Good.
I wear it a lot.
Thank you, Papa, for modeling.
You're welcome.
And then I have one other finished object. I was rather productive, I guess.
More productive than me.
I have another hat. This one is the 21 color slouch or 21. Let me see. 21 color slouch.
Oh, slouch.
Yeah, and it. So my daughter picked this yarn out. It was a kit from Webb's when I was doing the yarn shop hop thing, and I'm not very happy with it. So. It has like a very thin ribbing, and then it like balloons out a bit too much. So I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to slouch. It looks good.
I know, but it's not. It's like it's too loose here. Like it's not fitting right. I don't know if you can see. Like it goes out. Like it's weirdly loose here. And I did not enjoy knitting it at all. It was, so trying to find it here. I'm going to insert a picture I took before I wove in the ends, but basically this whole thing was like open, this seam. I mean, it was just because you're switching colors so much. You're not carrying anything up because you're supposed to be using 21 different colors, but I had 21 little mini skeins basically. And it's just like messy back there. It was so many ends to weave in. It was really ridiculous. It's like a mess inside. It's so thick right there along the seam because there's so many ends woven in. So
that's how I felt with my my Simple Hug cardie.
Oh, really?
With all the stripes, I felt like it got really thick where I had to weave all the ends in because there was so many stripes.
Yeah. Like, so I tried doing the weave and Steven method and it just was leaving it way too loose. I just couldn't get it tight enough. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So then I went back to just regular leaving the
too many ends to weave in for one hat.
That's why I don't like hats.
It was a lot. But I mean, it's cool. It's what she wanted. But I don't know if she's ever going to wear it.
I like the colors.
She's off camera right now giving me a look.
She should model it. Model it.
It's 4:00 and she's still in her pajamas and hasn't showered yet, so she's not.
There's nothing wrong with that.
She's shaking her head. She's not modeling.
It's okay.
But if she doesn't wind up wearing it, because it did wind up kind of like bigger and slouchier than I expected, I'll probably give it to my husband to wear. So he'll wear it.
It'll get worn.
Yeah, someone will wear it. It'll go in our hat bin. So I think that's it for all of my finished objects. So let's move on to our next segment. What do you have on your needles, Val?
So I'm not even going to show what I have on my needles because it's the same stuff I've been talking about. So I haven't started anything new. I'm still working on Start Baking Mad and Spice Market. Okay. And I've not made a lot of progress on it. So they both look pretty much exactly the same as they did last time.
How about you, Glor?
Well, I still have my gutter flower test knit, which I'm not going to show today because it's almost done. So I'll save the time. But I do have some new things that I've been working on. So I'm doing some, holiday gift knitting. So I've picked up some things that I haven't worked on in a while. The first one is a pair of fingerless mitts that I'm making for my husband. He requested fingerless mitts because I had made him a pair, I think when we were dating, and they are starting to fall apart. So he's requested a new pair of fingerless mitts, and he requested Star Wars yarn for his fingerless mitts. So he has a pair of Yoda socks, and I made his brother a pair of Boba Fett socks. So I am making him Han Solo fingerless mitts. So you can see the striping there. There's a little like cable texture there, like a 1x1 cable texture. I don't know. The picture on our computer is too small. I don't know if you can see.
It's a little blown out, but you can see there's something there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the texture or not. And the pattern is, I have it here. I can tell you. Thames fingerless gloves, like Thames, like the river in England.
Yeah.
Is it? By, how would you say this? Taiga Hilliard, Taiga Hilliard Designs. So fingerless mitts. Oh, fingerless mitts.
I made our picture bigger so we could see. I did it when she wasn't looking.
So fingerless mitts for my husband in the Han Solo colors. I talked him into the Han Solo colors. I also got him the Chewbacca colorway. So those are waiting because he really wants Chewy socks.
Well, let's tell people what this yarn is. It's the mustache.
Yes, it's the mustache Star Wars colorways. Every May 4th, she does a Star Wars colors shop update. So, you know, you get on the computer at 9 o'clock in the morning and see what you can get before it sells out. Although she did do over the summer, I think she did.
Yeah, just recently. Yeah, just recently she did another Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's when I got him the Chewie, and I got something else.
I think I have 6 games of Star Wars.
Yeah, I got one more the last time I got. So I have another one. I think it's Luke Skywalker, maybe. So those are my first on the needles that will be getting worked on pretty regularly. And my second one is a baby blanket. So I've been making these crocheted baby blankets. So I don't crochet very much, as I've talked about when we talked about the cowl. But I've started making, the beginning of the year, I wanted to learn how to make those scrappy granny stripe blankets because they're hideous, but I want one so bad.
The best possible
Yeah. Like I was like, I told Julie, I was like, it's so ugly, but I want one on my couch so bad. So I learned how to crochet granny stripes. And then my boss at work was pregnant and they had a baby shower for her. And I was like, I don't know what to get her. So I made her a scrappy baby blanket. So now it's kind of my thing to make these crocheted granny stripe baby blankets. This is actually 2 strands of yarn held together. So you get this, like, again, I don't know how much of it you can see, but you get like the marled. Yeah, you got like the marled color there. This is actually 2 strands of the same yarn held together. And what I'm using is the Karen cotton cakes. Oh, there's a glare.
Yeah, it's too blown out.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Karen cotton cakes. This is the peach blossom color. There's no peach in here at all. It's blue, green, yellow, and red. But so there, you know, so the skein kind of changes color as you go through.
So did you match them up color-wise or start them off?
So the skein changes color. I started them off.
Yeah.
So that you're getting that marled color, so that you'll have a different strand in each one as you go through.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for my husband's cousin. They're due in January. So that's my other, I guess you could call it holiday gift knitting, but it's not for Christmas, it's for a baby. So that's what I have on my needles right now.
Nice. I'm same thing as Val, not going to talk about things that I'm not like really working on. And I have hit a slump this couple weeks. I have my Ursa sweater on, but I haven't like touched it. Basically, I put maybe 2 or 3 rounds on it. And then I've been working on trying to make some hats. I had said last week I was trying to make some chemo caps. So I got some cotton yarn. So here's my yarn, which has been knit and unknit or crocheted and uncrocheted like 3 times. I just can't, I don't know why I can't crochet a hat. So I'm going back to like the bare basics, and I am going to crochet a rectangle. And then seam it up and cinch the top, and then the bottom will fold up and make a brim. Because I
think that's kind of what you do.
I used to crochet hats all the time, like when I did the baby stuff. And I would start at the top. Is that what they're having you do? Start at the top and just
they're starting me at the top. And so like so here's another one that I started. I got this yarn.
Ooh, I like that.
It's like a fingering weight cotton. And so I was holding it double, so it's giving me that marled kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
But the pattern, like, I don't know, everything I'm looking up, maybe it's the weight of yarn, maybe I need to be working with chunkier yarn or something, but all the patterns I'm finding are rather complicated. So this one was like some weird Trinity stitch thing that I just kept getting off on what I was doing.
So when I was looking up how to do the puff stitch for that cowl that I made, I found this tutorial, and this woman was making a puff stitch hat, and it looked pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like how she did the brim and everything. Like she made like, so she made this like brim and then she, you know, sewed it together and then she made the hat.
That's what I was doing on the last one I was working on. Let me see if I took a picture of it before I frogged it. I did, but it's sideways. So this is the last version I was doing. So I did like the brim and then had to join it together, and then you work, you know, your way up. And it was like this ripple stitch thing. And I wound up like you've got peaks and valleys. And when I got to the second row of this ripple stitch, my peaks and valleys were not offset enough. So they were like lining up, and so it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. I am really bad at figuring out what stitch for crochet is like the first stitch you're supposed to work into.
Right.
So like the last one I was working on, it was you come to the end of the row or end of the round, you join it together, and then you turn the piece and start working back the other way. And then when you get back, you join again, you turn the piece, you work back the other way. I got off in stitches somehow and everything shifted and it just looked terrible. So just rectangle it is. That's what I'm going to do, just to, you know, I need
figure it out,
because it was you know, so many stalled projects after another. So that's basically all I've been working on knitting and crochet wise. Okay, so our next segment is In Your Dreams. So Val.
So Gloria and I did some small business Saturday shopping. This is, we're recording the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we are up at our parents' house in New Hampshire. So we went out and did some small business Saturday shopping. And there's a yarn shop about 20 minutes away from them that I talked about buying some stuff for when I was up here for my anniversary weekend. So we went to that yarn shop and I was not intending on buying anything. And then Gloria purchased yarn, a shawl, and it was $27. And I was like, well, now I have to buy myself some. So now I am the proud owner of Yarn for Shawl.
What shawl? Do we have a shawl planned?
Is the ampersand shawl, the ampersand wrap, I think.
Ampersand wrap.
By Tiff Nealon. I love her stuff.
I've never made a Tiff Nealon, and I'm very excited.
So you know, Gloria picked out
she's local to me.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Okay, I've never knit any of her patterns either.
Yeah.
So Gloria picked out her colors first. So why don't you show yours?
So the ampersand wrap, Julie, if you can find a picture of it and put it in post-production. We could put it somewhere down here on the screen.
I don't know. We're not going to have it down here this time, though.
But it's like the sample that she has, it's triangle. You know, it's a triangle shawl. And like half of it is solid color, and it has the herringbone stitch because I think she uses the herringbone stitch on like everything she makes.
Yeah.
So the one side is solid and it's the herringbone stitch, and then the other side is striped. Yeah, so it's striped, and you can see she's got a gray and a white striped, and the gold is her solid color. It's got a big tassel on the end. So my colors that I picked, I have this like plum color. I don't think it has a color name.
No, it's like a color number.
No, I don't have a name. It's this plum color. We're using the Barocco Vintage DK. So the solid side with the texture stitch is going to be this plum color. And then what I got for the striped side is this kind of neutral, I don't know, it's like a gray.
It's like a grayish.
Yeah, it's almost like a sandy
it's like
color.
A creamy gray.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this like seafoam almost kind of color. So
hold it up with the plums.
Yep. These are my
very nice.
Colors. I'm very excited about
That's all you need is 3 skeins?
Yeah. 3 skeins of DK weight. Yeah. I think it's like 250 yards
of each.
Yeah. And each of these skeins is, where is it?
290. And then I think for the one color you need a little bit more. I think you need like 290 or 285.
I think it was like 265
like
or something.
Well, whatever it was, it was enough with 1 skein of each. So I when I went back to get my colors,
super jealous.
I did get super jealous, and I was like, well, now I need something. So the shop owner came over to like help us pick out colors, and I started with the green that I really liked, but I couldn't find 2 colors to go with it. So I wound up picking out the green with these 2. So this is like a tan, and this is the same sandy gray. And I had a green with it, but the green had a lot of yellow in it, and it just didn't look right. So then I swapped it out for the blue, and we decided that we liked this. So this is like a denim blue. And then this will be my solid section, the blue. And then I'm going to have the striping with the 2 neutrals.
That's going to look very nautical.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to have very neutral, like muted look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's called, so the store is Nitty Gritty in Peterborough, New Hampshire. And the shop owner is lovely.
Lovely. Nice. Yeah. Any relation to Vicky Howell?
No.
Didn't she have like a Nitty Gritty show? Wasn't that her show?
I think she did. That's right.
Have a podcast? Or was it a show?
I think it was a TV show.
Yeah. So that is my In My Dreams knitting for now, and that was my small business Saturday yarn shop shopping. We will have other small business Saturday when we get to on our nightstand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have another In My Dreams though. So throwing it way back to episode 1, I talked about the Lolo Did It Strands of Time set. Well, I purchased it, and it has already arrived, but I'm not home, so it should be on my doorstep waiting for me when I get there. So that is In My Dreams, so I can't wait.
Which colorway did you get? Do you remember?
I don't remember what it's called, but the middle color is that something fall color that I was talking about on the first episode, and then it has like a pink and a blue on either side. It's the colors that she knitted in, the sample that she knitted in.
Okay.
In the picture on Ravelry. And then I'm getting ready for my Advent. I'm going to do the Go-Go Throw from Amber O'Brien with my Advent set. So I'll be starting that in the next couple days.
Very cool.
And I also have the Gnome Mystery Knit Along that you're doing, Julie. So that's the other thing I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the Gnome Knit Along. So that's going to be like one of my Advent knitting projects. And then the other one is I have a set of mini skeins that I had gotten from a indie yarn dyer called Molly Girl Yarns, or Molly Girls something or other. I'll put it down there somewhere. And they were all Animal Crossing themed, which is a video game on Nintendo that was, everyone played when Corona first hit, if you had a Nintendo. And so they're all Animal Crossing themed. So I'm going to take those minis and hold them with a strand of white fingering weight yarn and knit them together and make, I can't remember the name of it. It's a Homespun House pattern. Molly at a Homespun House designed it. I think it's called like Cozy Comfort Throw or something like that. I'll put it in when I figure out the real name. But it's basically just a striped blanket, and it's going to marl the 2 colors together, and it should be awesome. And then my other In My Dreams is I've been dreaming about spinning a lot lately. I bought some fiber the other day because Val enabled me because Three Waters Farm was having a sale. So we both bought a bit of fiber. But I've just been really wanting to spin, but I just can't, by the end of the day, I just can't drag my wheel out and actually spin. I'm just like collapsed on the couch by the end of the day. So I need to, I spent some time yesterday. I had like 2 bags of spinning supplies and spinning fiber kind of piled on the chair that I spin on. So I took some time and I cleaned that out yesterday. And today I'm hoping to get my wheel like wiped down because it's sitting in front of our fireplace right now, and it's a very dusty area. So it's very dusty right now. So I'm hoping today to get it wiped down, and then maybe tomorrow I can do some spinning on it because I have nowhere to go and nothing to do tomorrow. So I'm hoping to do some spinning. So I think that's all In My Dreams right now. Oh,
we're gonna have a short episode this week.
No, we're not. Don't worry. We'll find things to talk about. My other In My Dreams is I've been pattern hunting unsuccessfully for a large rectangular shawl. I absolutely love that social distancing one. I wear it all the time. And I don't know if it's the weight of it, like it's a heavier weight than most. Like we've knit a bunch of rectangular shawls together and make-alongs, but they're lighter. And I like the weight of that one, and it's just huge. And I'm around the house in the winter, either like a long sleeve t-shirt or a short sleeve t-shirt. And the large rectangular one is just good enough. It goes like fingertip to fingertip, and it wraps around my arms, and it's like wearing a zip up sweatshirt almost without having to wear a zip up sweatshirt.
What if you knit a fingering weight shawl in a heavier yarn?
Yeah, that's what I might wind up doing. I have another set of yarn that's like what I used for the social distancing. I have more Shelter and Spin Cycle, and I just can't figure out what I want to knit with it yet, though. I was going to do the Tri Gradient Shawl by Stephen West, but I really like the shape of the rectangular one. So I was trying to find something that would fit it, and I just couldn't find anything. So I'm still hunting for a good pattern for that. So that's all in my dreams. Our next segment is Outlier Crafts. And I know Val has some Outlier Crafts.
I do, because that's all I've been doing. That's why I haven't been knitting. So I've been doing a lot of spinning also. I'm on a quest to make a 3-ply sock yarn that's actually sock weight, and I'm not quite there yet. I spun some wound up fiber arts, their sock blend, and I got like 300 and something yards. So it wasn't quite fingering weight. It was way too fluffy once I washed it.
Yeah, fingering weight would be around like 400, 420 yards, something like that.
Yeah, so I was definitely short on the yardage. Yeah. So now I'm spinning some 3 Water Farms. I'm spinning their sock blend, and I think the color I have is something like Pebbles and Sand or something. And it's got like gray and tan and some like bluish gray. It's really, really pretty. I'll send you a picture that you could post. And I'm spinning it so thin, it's taking a really, really long time. It's probably not thin enough still, but I'm working on it. So I'm not even through the first third of the fiber. So I'm doing, I divided it into like the big long braid. I divided it into thirds that way by weight. I weighed it all out. They were all the same size. And then each of those thirds, I'm going to strip a little bit differently because I want the colors to not necessarily stripe like in big long stripes. So I don't want too much of the colors to match up. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm maybe halfway through my first third, and I've been working on that for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And I, like Julie said, I just bought a little bit more fiber from them. So there will be more 3 Water Farms spinning. But I also got some other blends. I got one sock blend for sure. I know I got Targhee. I've been really wanting to spin some Targhee because it's like a really nice fluffy fiber. So I've been wanting to spin that. And I don't remember what the other ones were that I got. But then my other Outlier craft has been embroidery. I've been doing quite a bit of embroidery lately. I purchased a bunch of Christmas patterns last year and didn't make them. So I just embroidered up a bunch of them this year. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, but this is one.
I love that one.
Deer with ornaments in its antlers. I think I followed the colors that the designer suggested. I did the stitches a little bit differently. And I think if I were to stitch this again, I would probably make it more Christmassy with like red and green.
Instead I like it like that.
The green and the gold and the blue. It's very retro. It makes me think of like Mad Men kind of, you know.
Yeah.
So that's one. To go with the No Mystery Knit Along, there is not one, but 2 embroidered gnomes.
Aw, cute.
Yeah. And then I think I already showed this one. the Christmas tree. And then there's another one that's in progress. I didn't take it out. So I've been doing a lot of just random embroidery, and I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with these yet, but they exist and something will happen with them. And they're taking up all of my time.
Yeah. Gloria, do you have any Outlier Crafts?
No.
No, I didn't
I don't have any.
Yeah. Okay. I have one. I pulled out my stitch along. This is cross stitch.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
So this is from Clouds Factory, which is a website that sells patterns and kits. And I got the kit from them. And what they do is each month they send you a clue with 2 animals on it that are endangered. And then in the clue, let's see if I can pull it out. They also give information about the 2 animals, which is kind of sweet.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And I wanted to share this. So did you know that there are special embroidery bags you can buy? Like, not just knitting bags, there are embroidery bags. Oh, you've got one too.
Stop that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yours is way fancier than mine.
And let me show you the main compartment. The main compartment is impressive.
Oh my goodness.
There is stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have, little tins with my scissors and thread and
Oh, I've got one of those too.
Projects.
I've got the tin too from Stitch Stories. Yeah, but I didn't know that. Like this one is from Stitching the High Notes, and it's like a flat bag basically. Like there's no box bottom or anything, and that way you can stand your stuff. That way you can stand your stuff up in it without having a problem, and it just has one handle, so you can kind of hang it on the wall or whatever.
Well, I love this thing. This was like $25 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Love it.
But this pattern, so they send you the embroidery pattern. And do I have any of them? Yeah. So they send you a little blurb about each endangered animal. So it's very cute. So I am super far behind. It started in January, and I didn't actually start it until March or something, I think. Like it was a few months in, and I kept seeing it on social media, and they had a few of our favorite animals on it as a family. So the first animal, like one of the first animals.
You have family favorite animals.
We really do. So the okapi is one that that they had at the Columbus Zoo when we lived near Columbus, and that was one of our favorite animals to see at the zoo. So that was like the first one, and then like 2 months later or whatever, a pangolin pops up, and pangolins, we watched a documentary on them and learned all about them and how they're like hunted for their scales and stuff. And last year during COVID, I was helping my son a lot with his schoolwork. He wound up doing a whole report on pangolins. So like, we know a lot about pangolins. and then, I'm not even done with this one yet, but then popped up an axolotl, which is, for whatever reason, my daughter got randomly obsessed with them. So when the pangolin popped up though, I was like, all right, I've got to get the kit. I've got to start making this. I am months behind. They're about to release the last clue and I'm nowhere near caught up. But I think even though I'm not keeping up at all, I think I'm still going to do the next one next year too, because I think it's going to be dinosaurs, and dinosaurs would be kind of awesome. So that's it for my Outlier Crafts, I think. So what's on your nightstands, Glor?
Well, first I finished The Neighbor's Secret by L. Allison Heller, and I've given it to Val.
It matches my
matches
my poncho.
It was very good. I recommend for anyone who liked Big Little Lies. It's very Big Little Lies. There's a murder or somebody dies, and you know from the beginning that somebody dies, but you don't know who it is. You don't know who died. You don't know how they die. You don't know who killed them. You don't know. But then like throughout the book, you get these like little 1-page like kind of recaps from you don't know who's saying it, and it's like, you know, you're getting these like vague recaps, so you're kind of getting this like, you know, ominous voice telling you something. Like, you know, like Big Little Lies had those little like interspersed, and you're like, okay, but who died? Who are they talking about? What are they talking about? So I liked that aspect of it, and I thought it was, you know, a good story overall. And then I just started, and this is not going to be exciting to hold up because when I read a book, I take the dust cover off. I am reading right now The Night Swim by Megan Golden. And it is about a woman who has a true crime podcast. Ooh. So she goes to this town to do her true crime podcast, and she's doing it like real time, like while the trial is going on, she's releasing the podcast. So what she's doing is it's a rape trial that she's covering for her podcast. But in the meantime, she's getting letters from somebody who lives in the town that she's in, whose sister was murdered like 25 years ago. And she's like, I want you to investigate this for your podcast and find out what happened to my sister. So she's getting pulled to this other case, like while she's working the one that's like currently going on. She's getting pulled into this cold case, and she thinks there might be some kind of like overlap between the two. So that's what I'm reading now. And then we also stopped at the bookstore on our small business Saturday shopping trip. Toadstool in Peterborough, New Hampshire. And I showed great restraint, and I only got one book. I got Friends Like These by Kimberly McCreet, which I've been dying to read. It's about like, I think it's 5 friends who like meet up after how many years, and somebody died, and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Secrets
a very Gloria book.
And murder and my kind of book.
Yeah.
So.
How about you, Val? What are you reading?
So let me grab mine. I finally finished The House in the Cerulean Sea.
Yay!
So I will leave this here for next time you come up. So we'll leave this as our book trading spot. This was great. It was so good. It was so like just heartwarming and warm and fuzzy, and you know, just a lovely book. So I really enjoyed it. It's about a man. I don't know if I talked about the plot before, but caseworker, magical children. Very cute. I also listened to 8 Perfect Hours by Leah Louise. It was like a romance. It was every coincidence that you could think of that could possibly happen to bring these main characters together happened. Yeah. It was okay. It was light and fluffy. It wasn't anything super, super exciting, but it was good.
Look at what I just noticed.
Yeah, I think you have a color palette.
Look at that.
Well, plum makes it different. Oh well. So next up, I have Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau. It's about a 15-year-old girl that works for this family for the summer, and I think the family is kind of like wild and free. It's like a coming of age story. This has been very buzzy, so I've been hearing a lot about this and how amazing it is. So I hope it lives up to my expectations. And then at Toadstool, they have a used book section that I really enjoy. So I've got Battle for the Big Top. This is a nonfiction book, and it's about like circuses back in the day, and like like the big 3 circus.
There's a really good documentary about it. Have you seen it yet?
No.
It's a who's the one who does the big documentaries? Ken Burns. It's a Ken Burns one, I think.
Can I stream it?
Probably. I don't remember what I watched. I feel like I watched it on Netflix.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well, if you think of the name, let me know.
I will.
But I really enjoy books that involve circuses, so I'm thinking I'll enjoy the backstory of a circus or multiple circuses. And I also got The Arctic Fury by Greer McAllister. So I've been hearing a lot about this as well. It's about an adventurer who goes, I guess, to the Arctic Circle, and it's a woman, and it's groundbreaking and all of that stuff.
Well, she has to save the guys who disappeared. That's what I got from the blurb on the back.
Nice.
And I also picked up 2 books for my niece. The dogs are barking again. I picked up 2 books for my niece on the other side of the family that your daughter had recommended. So the Land of Story books.
Oh yeah.
I got her the first 2 because they're about the same age.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll like those as well. So we supported our local small businesses.
Very nice. I did not support my local small businesses, at least not today. I went to my local yarn store the other day and got that cotton yarn.
You supported Three Water Farms the other day.
I supported Three Water Farms, but I don't go out shopping on Black Friday or Small Business Saturday or anything, but I support them other times of the years. Mm-hmm. I'm still reading the same book, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Cherie Jones. I am, I guess, about halfway through. It is dark. It is like, I mean, people are murdered, babies are killed, like this woman is abused and doesn't know how to get away, and you know, everything. It is very dark. But I'm enjoying it. Like there's a lot of bad reviews about her writing, that it's too descriptive, but I'm not finding that. I'm finding it very, very compelling, and it's a fast read when I sit down and read it, but I've really only been reading it like when I sit down and have breakfast and lunch, and then it doesn't move off the table. I just haven't had time to sit down and spend a chunk of time with it. And then my read that I'm reading before bed is the fourth Bridgerton book. So I am on number 4 of that set that I got from the Once Upon a Book Club. So, and that's it for my reading. So does anyone else have anything else they want to talk about? Or are we done early today?
I think we're done. I think the boys are waiting for us to pay attention to them.
Yeah, my husband's been sitting with our dog in the other room all day. So.
Yeah. All right. Well then, congrats again to our giveaway winner, and hopefully we'll have some more giveaways coming up. And
you have to do another die day.
Do another die day, yeah. All right. So thanks for watching. Bye.
Happy knitting.
Bye.
She hears Barley.
Oh, maybe. Barley doesn't hear her, though. I have headphones in. Hold on. Let me go see what's going on.
Scout does the same thing, though. She'll hear a dog barking when I'm on a meeting, and she'll start barking.
I mean, when they were little, they would hear doorbells ring on TV.
Come on.
Yeah, Chestnut's done that a couple times.
Without yelling, Kaylee. 3 other people in this house. And nobody could break the dog. All right. So we did our congratulations. Okay. I think that's all of us, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing we don't have it in the spotlight, do we?
No. I have to talk about this.
Do you want to?
No.
I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
It's an Amber O'Brien.
All right. We'll leave
off. One of my favorites.
We'll leave off in the spotlight this week then.